Y'all know I love my teachers. Vice President Harris and Governor Walz understand the struggles that families in Savannah, Georgia face, in the state of Georgia and across these United States of America. And because I love public educators, I remember my 5th grade school teacher, Miss Barbara Williams. And when I was in her math class, she would tell me, you have to show your work. And she would say, baby, I'm from the show me state. You got to show me. And so that's why they identify with us, because they have been where many of you are sitting today, and they are charting a new way forward, a new vision for America's working families, where the middle class won't just get by, but we'll actually get ahead. So on the other hand, and I do mean other, Trump has made it clear about his Project 2025 agenda, and that he's running for his billionaire buddies and his country club cronies and the interests of one American, himself. So he lays out his plans right in the open. From rolling back voter protections for black and brown folks, to gutting reproductive freedom, to cutting taxes for the top 1%, all of us should be concerned about Trump's extreme Project 2025 agenda. So the choice is simple. My grandmother told me a long time ago, when folks show you who they are, baby, believe them. So the choice is simple. Go backwards to the chaos and darkness of a Trump presidency, or chart a new way forward with Governor Walz and Vice President Harris in the White House. So we need all Georgians to show up to the polls and vote early and in person before November 1st. And if you're wondering who that is, that's Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. And so if we do that, Savannah, if we do that, we'll send Vice President Kamala Harris and Tim Walz to the White House to be president and Vice President of the United States of America, because when we fight, we win. Thank y'all.
Please welcome State Representative Ann Allen Westbrook.
And thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I'm State Representative Ann Allen Westbrook. I'm a lifelong Savannian, and I proudly serve Georgia's 163rd District in the State House. Y'all, we only have a week until Election Day, and we know that this race is going to be tight. This race is about our freedoms. The reality is this: women are running out of options to access basic reproductive health care in Georgia. Because in 2022, Donald Trump's hand-picked Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. 50 years of precedent. And since then, Savannians and Georgians have suffered under an extreme abortion ban. Women in Georgia have lost their lives because of Trump's abortion ban. And yet Trump claims everyone wanted Roe versus Wade overturned. Well, let me correct the record. The women of Georgia did not want to be banned from getting the care they need. They did not want to be left to die at the hands of judges and politicians, are fearful of the future for their daughters and granddaughters. And Trump won't stop there. His extreme Project 2025 agenda lays out his plans to make things even worse if he gets another term. They are telling us what they're going to do. They want to ban abortion nationwide, criminalize physicians for providing care, and restrict more of our access to reproductive health care. This would even jeopardize access to IVF. This scares me, and it should scare you too. The livelihoods and freedoms of Georgia women are on the line this election. As Savannah's own Senator Raphael Warnock likes to say, a doctor's office is too small for a woman, her doctor, in the United States government. I could not agree more. Vice President Harris and Governor Walz agree too. They trust women to make their own health care decisions. They will fight to codify the right to reproductive freedom across the nation. Human rights should not depend on geography. They will make sure that parents can choose when and how they want to start and grow their families. Savannah, the road to the White House runs right through us. We have the power to restore reproductive freedom for families in Georgia and across America. Georgia delivered for America in 2020, and next week we will deliver for America again. We will not be silent. We will make our voices heard, and we will fight, because when we fight, we win. We will tell Donald Trump and J.D. Vance to keep their hands off our bodies and the government out of our doctors' offices. We will elect Vice President Harris, Governor Walz, when we vote early in person. Thanks, y'all. Go vote.
Please welcome Chatham County Commissioner Aaron A. Whiteley.
What's up? Mic check. Y'all, see, the mayor and the senator then broke the mic. I can't even use it. Let me try it again. What's up, Savannah? Y'all all right? Yeah. Well, as you heard, I am Commissioner Aaron A. Whiteley, proud County Commissioner of the 6th District, the South Side. Anybody from the South Side in here? Yeah, I see y'all. We're in the building, y'all. Now, I'm also a proud coach, and I coach with the Pit Bulls Athletic Organization right here in Savannah. Now, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. Y'all don't know what it's like to have to deal with parents. Now, over the years, I've been blessed to be able to coach basketball, track and field, and baseball. And it's been a privilege in doing that. Now, as a public servant and as a coach, I couldn't be more prouder than to stand here in support of Vice President Kamala Harris and Coach Walz. Y'all say Coach Walz with me, right? Yeah. Now, we know they're getting ready to lead our country forward. And as I can say this, I know y'all are going to stand with me. We're not going back, right? We are not going back, baby. All right, so Vice President Harris and Governor Walz are fighting for all of us. Somebody say all of us. All of us. That's right. Now, Vice President Harris's long track record as an attorney general, as a U.S. senator, as a vice president, it makes her most qualified as a candidate to lead our country. It's the most qualified candidate in this race. And she is the fighter that we all need in our corner. That's right. Now, Vice President Harris, she chose quite the fighter to have in her corner with her. What do you think, huh? And that fighter is Coach Walz. Now, I can tell you firsthand, I can speak of the empathy that it takes as a coach, the compassion and the grit that it takes, and even stress management that it takes to be a coach. So I'm sure she's made the right choice in Governor Walz. Now, coaching is not just about having a game plan. Coaching is about teaching the next generation about teamwork. It's about determination. It's about being a part of something bigger than yourself. And luckily, we have the chance to elect a true leader and coach in Governor Tim Walz. Isn't he awesome? Yeah. Now, Governor Walz has the experience and leadership that this country needs to address the many issues that we all face right here in our community and in communities throughout the country. Now, meanwhile, Donnie Thumbs, also known as the Cheeto, Donnie Thumbs, He's running to enact his extreme and dangerous agenda in Project 2025. And we know that that'll roll back Americans' rights and freedoms, and it'll also hurt the American middle class. It'll, most scarily to me, it'll threaten our democracy. Well, y'all know what I'm about to say, right? We're not going back. So they could take that Project 2025 and I won't say what I was going to say. I don't want them to get mad at me. Now, this election, we all have the choice and the chance to use our right to vote to fight for a better future for yourself and our community. And that's why I voted early. I've taken my family, we voted early, and we voted in person. Yeah. And y'all know who we voted for, right? Yeah, man, voted for Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz. So everybody has a chance, not just to get by, but to actually get ahead, all right? So Chatham County, Savannah, Georgia, we have 7 days to fight like hell. So Election Day is coming up, and we need to make sure that we put Vice President Harris and Coach Walz in the White House. So I need all y'all to do me just one small favor. I need you to call a friend and tell a friend to vote early. Early voting ends Friday at 5 p.m. So get your picture ID and get out to those polls, and let's get this show on the road. Let's do this, y'all. All right? All right, y'all have a good one. We're not going back, right? That's right. Y'all take care.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me. Think, let your mind go, let yourself be free. Let's go way on, way back when. I didn't even know you couldn't have been too much more than 10. I ain't no
many things that's held us down. But now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go. And where we'll end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting our show together. We're polishing up our act. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Ain't no stopping us now. We got the groove. I know you know someone that has a negative vibe. And if you're trying to make it, they only push you aside. They really don't have nowhere to go. Ask them where they're going, they don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're gonna put our show together, gonna polish up our act. Wow. And if you've ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. No, no, no. We're moving, we're grooving. We're moving, yeah, yeah. We're grooving. Moving, 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 moving. Ain't no stopping us now. Oh, no, no. I'm on the move. I really, really got that groove. And I know we've got the groove. Makes you wanna really move. One, two, three,
My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna? But can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, 'cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking two together, 'cause we don't know how. You think you've got it, oh, you think you've got it, but got it, just don't get it till there's nothing at all. We get together, oh, we get together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. If what they say is nothing is forever, then what makes, then what makes, then what makes, then what makes, then what makes love the excess? Big face and Lucy Lou's. And baby dolls, get on the floor. Get on the floor. Shake it like a you know what to picture. Shake it. You know what to shake it. Shake it. Shake it. Shake it like a you know what to picture.
Calling up around the world, are you ready for a brand new beat? Summer's here and the time is right for dancing in the street. They're dancing in Chicago, down in New Orleans, in New York City. All we need is music, sweet music. There'll be music everywhere. There'll be swinging and swaying and records playing, dancing in the street. Oh, it doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, every guy, grab a girl, everywhere around the world we've been dancing. We're dancing in the street. This is an invitation across the nation, a chance for folks to meet. There'll be laughing, singing, and music swinging. We're dancing in the street. Philadelphia, PA, Baltimore, and DC now. Can't forget the Motor City. All we need is music, sweet music. There'll be music everywhere. There'll be swinging and swaying and records playing, dancing in the street. Oh, it doesn't matter what you wear, just as long as you are there. So come on, every guy, grab a girl, everywhere around the world we're dancing. We're dancing in the street. We're down in LA. Every day we're dancing in the street. Let's form a big strong line. Get in time. We're dancing in the street.
Can I kick it? Yes, you can. 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 Well, I'm gone. Can I kick it? To all the people who can quest like a tribe does. Before this, did you really know what live was? Comprehend to the track force, why? Cause getting mentions on the tip of the vibe buzz. Rock and roll to the beat of the funk fuzz. Wipe your feet really good on the rhythm rug. If you feel the urge to freak, do the jitterbug. Come and spread your arms if you really need a hug. Afrocentric living is a big shrug. A life filled with, that's what I love. A lower plateau is what we're above. If you diss us, we won't even think of. We'll nipper the dog and give a big shove. This rhythm really fits like a snug glove. Like a box of positives, it's a plus love. As the tribe flies high like a dove.
kick it? Can I 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 kick it? Well, I'm born. Can I kick it? To my tribe that flows in layers. Right now, Fife is a poem sayer. At times, I'm a studio conveyor. Mr. Dinkins, would you please be my mayor? You'll be doing us a really big favor. Boy, this track really has a lot of flavor. When it comes to rhythms, Quest is your savior. Follow us for the funky behavior. Make a note on the rhythm we gave you. Feel free, drop your pants, check your hair. Do you like the garments that we wear? I instruct you to be the obeyer. A rhythm recipe that you'll savor. Doesn't matter if you're minor or major. Yes, the tribe of the game with a player. As you inhale like a breath of fresh air.
Driving on the right side road. He says I'm pretty, wearing his clothes, and he's got hands that make hell seem cold. Feet on the dashboard, he's like a poem out of shower, out of shower. And he laughs at all my jokes, and he says I'm so American. Oh God, it's just not fair to him to make me feel this much. Go anywhere he goes, and he says I'm so American. Oh God, I'm gonna marry him if he keeps all this up. I might just be in love. God, I'm so boring, and I'm so rude. Can't have a conversation if it's not all about you. The way you dress and the books you read. I really love my bed, but man, it's hard to sleep when he's with me. When he's with me. He laughs at all my jokes, and he says I'm so American. Oh God, it's just not fair to him to make me feel this much. I go anywhere he goes, and he says I'm so American. Oh God, I'm gonna marry him if he keeps all this up. I might just be in love. I apologize if it's a little too much, just a little too soon. But if the conversation ever were to come up, I don't wanna assume this stuff. But ain't it wrong? I think I'm in love. And he laughs at all my jokes, and he says I'm so American. Oh God, it's just not fair to him to make me feel this much. Go anywhere he goes, and he says I'm so American. Oh God, I'm gonna marry him if he keeps all this up. I might just be in love. Sorry.
Coming out of my cage and I've been doing just
Please
fine.
welcome
Gotta
Savannah
be
resident Ann Levette.
I'm Ann Levette, and it is my pleasure to welcome you this afternoon. I am a proud product of the Savannah Chatham County Public Schools. I'm a native Savannian, including Savannah State University. Go Tigers! And I'm also, I think, I'm a retired educator from Savannah Chatham County Public Schools. So my entire life has been shaped by public education. I'll tell you, that's the reason why I'm so excited about Governor Walz. He is an educator who's after our own hearts. And that's why we're here today, really, all of us, to support this important ticket of Vice President Harris and Governor Tim Walz. Join me in just being really ecstatic about the fact that we have such high-quality candidates for our country. So public education is the great equalizer. And Vice President Harris and Governor Walz are the only candidates, say it with me, the only candidates in this election who will protect and invest in public education for all. Now, I'm sure you know that Governor Walz was a public school educator just like me. After spending nearly 2 decades as a high school social studies teacher, Governor Walz knows exactly what it takes for our children to thrive and succeed, which is why he and Vice President Harris will fight for our public schools. They will fight for students' rights. They will fight for teachers' rights. They will fight for parents' rights. They will fight for all of our teacher and staff organizations. We have more than enough reasons to support Vice President Harris and Governor Tim Walz. They will also fight to support our great HBCUs. And so conversely, we have Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. And if you didn't know it, you should by now. They have this dangerous agenda called Project 2025. Now, I know you've heard a lot about it, but let me tell you just one more thing. They plan to dismantle the Department of Education. And even more astonishing, they plan to eliminate Head Start and early childhood programs that are so vital to our rural and working families. We can't have it. We will not go back. We will not go back. We need leaders who will sow seeds of unity. They will sow seeds of hope. That cannot happen with Project 2025. That cannot happen with Donald J. Trump. That cannot happen with J.D. Vance. We have to do what's important. Now, I come from a family of coaches. You know what the coaches do? They make it happen. They take you where you are, and they take you where you need to go. They understand the unique situation that you're in, the skills that you bring to the table. They help you develop them further. They lift you up. They do not tear you down. Good coaches make it happen. Good coaches strategize. They understand what the team needs. They understand the power of a win for the team. They understand that we are the team. Good coaches know there's no I in team. Good coaches fight, so good coaches win. Good coaches fight, so good coaches win. I am so proud to be here with you in this space on this day, just 7 days out from changing the trajectory of our country. changing the trajectory of our country. That's what we can do. Because when we fight, we win. So I'm proud today, representing a family of supporters and coaches, to introduce to you our great friend, our coach, Governor Tim Walz, the next president of the United States of America, Governor Walz.
Wow. Thank you. Well, it is good to be back, Georgia. It is good to be back. Wow. All I've got to say is a huge thank you to Ann for the introduction, but I'd just be clear with you, I would play on her team. I will tell you that. So that's what leadership looks like. And to this incredible community and to your mayor, Mayor Van Johnson, thank you for that. So, all of you, thank you for the warm welcome, and thank you for the sign on Gus. I am grateful for that. I am grateful. Look, you can. Gus turned 18 2 weeks ago. He voted last Wednesday. He voted. So, look, we got a Tuesday afternoon, and all of you are here, and I continue to say it. This is why I remain so optimistic. You could be anywhere doing anything else. You're here because you love this country deeply. So thank you. All right, here we go. Final week of the race, folks. 7 days. Folks are still making up their mind. You know that. It's hard to believe, but they're still doing it. And I know you've heard from people in your life this version of what's going on with them right now. Well, I can't really stand Donald Trump personally, but I think the economy good, when he was in. I think the economy was good. Look, people are trying to rationalize voting for this guy. I will say this. I think some people's memories are a little fuzzy about what 4 years ago was. Keep in mind, 4 years ago, we had lost 2.7 million jobs. Unemployment had shot way up. Supply chains were devastated because Donald Trump botched the pandemic response. You remember the days when you were trying to find hand sanitizer and toilet paper? That was because of Donald Trump, just to be very clear about that. Not to mention the tens of thousands of Americans that died because he did not take COVID seriously. That's what happened. So look, 4 years ago, when he tells you, were things better 4 years ago? Yeah, if you were a billionaire because you got a tax cut. The rest of us got screwed during the deal. That's what happened. Look, what do you expect from a guy? And I keep saying this. Let's just dispel the myth of this, that Donald Trump is some type of businessman or whatever. This guy went bankrupt 6 times. Everything he touched went bankrupt. So I'm going to say it, and I think now in the last 7 days, let's just talk turkey about things. Donald Trump's a loser in everything that he's done. That's what he's done. That's not a pejorative. That's an observation based on facts. He loses jobs. He loses businesses. He loses in court. And no matter what J.D. Vance says, he lost the 2020 election. Now, I know some of you feel a little bit of anxiety these last 7 days. The news media, they want you to click on things because all of a sudden, exciting news about the election. So you click on it, so they can make money or whatever. Look, don't take any of that. Don't take any of that. You know what the antidote is to the anxiety you're feeling? Go out and vote for Kamala Harris. That's right. Vote. We got it. We don't. You got it. That's our power. That's our power. Trump wants to talk about the past. Kamala's got a new way forward. She knows this economy works best when it works for all of us. That's the way it needs to be. I am incredibly proud to be on this ticket with her, especially for this, because you heard about the coaching and stuff. We've got real plans for America.
Not concepts of plans, real plans. Lower costs, put more money back in your pocket, and make sure that everybody in this country gets an opportunity to get ahead, not just get by. And I want to talk about this. Taking on the price gougers that we talk about, why are grocery prices so high? That's what farmers are asking. Why in the hell are farmers still making $4 a bushel for corn when fruit prices were 30% cheaper when they were making $4 for corn? Somebody's taking money in the middle. We'll attack that, making sure on the national level, take on price gouging. This issue about giving tax cuts, Donald Trump will do it. He will give tax cuts, but it will be for the richest amongst us. We want to give tax cuts to 100 million middle-class Americans, the folks who are working. This one is transformational. We did it in Minnesota. We did it during the pandemic. $6,000 child tax credit in the first year of that child's life. Matters. And this issue, you know this, they want to talk about things that don't impact you. The things that impact you, I see young folks in here too. Where are you going to find child care? Where are you going to find child care? How are you going to afford it? We're talking about making sure we're hiring more people to work in child care, and we're incentivizing and being able to subsidize some of the costs so that folks can get out and work. That makes a difference. Now, they asked J.D. Vance where we should get child care, and he said, ask Grandma to do it. Because God knows Grandma's not doing anything else, like having a career and living her life and doing things like that. We should offer classes to these guys to learn how to talk to women so they can get this right, because they don't know how to do it. Kamala wants to extend, and this is another one of those big issues, access to affordable pharmaceuticals. These aren't nice to have things. This is not a new pair of tennis shoes. This is insulin that you need to save your life. And so when we capped it at $35 for seniors, she wants to take it for everyone. We did it in Minnesota. The reason we did it for everyone in Minnesota was there was a young man named Alex Smith. He turned 26 and got off his parents' insurance. He started rationing his insulin. He died. His mom, Nicole, came to the state capitol and said, never again will I have a mother lose her child. So we have $35 insulin for everybody. Not only is that the right thing to do, but this is the price gouging issue. They were charging for that little vial of insulin that we now cap at $35. They were charging $800 for it. It cost $5 to make it. They're still making $30 for each one. They will do just fine. So look, for all of us in here too, and the young folks in here, I know this one's not going to register much with you, but trust me, when you turn 60 and get in there, there's a couple things you really start paying attention to, Medicare being one of them. That's how we live with dignity when we get older. Kamala proposed having Medicare pay for in-home care so our seniors and our parents can live in their homes longer. Smart. Now listen, everybody, and they say, well, what are their concrete plans? You're not going to hear Donald Trump talking about this stuff because he doesn't believe in Medicare, doesn't believe in Social Security, doesn't care. But when she said, let's expand Medicare to pay for glasses and hearing aids, what a novel idea. What a novel idea. Now, Trump's plan, they had a bunch of experts look at it. Trump's plan will bankrupt Social Security in 6 years. 6 years. Now, I want to just talk about this on Social Security. When you're a billionaire and you're sitting down at Mar-a-Lago, and remember, the reason he's a billionaire because his dad gave him $400 million. Any one of you would be multiple billionaires richer than him if you had it to start it out. But look, he doesn't give a damn if the Social Security check gets deposited or not. You know who does care? My nearly 90-year-old mom, because she pays for food and heat with that money. And you know what? She paid into it. She paid into it. Now, Donald Trump wanted to tell us, and J.D. Vance tried to explain to me after Trump's concept of a plan. He tried to explain the plan, and I said, you should go back to the concept, because when you explain it, it's even worse. Because what he explained is getting rid of the Affordable Care Act. And for all of you who've forgotten, and for folks in here, what Obamacare did was make sure insurance companies could not determine whether they covered you or not because you had a pre-existing condition. Yeah, we're not going back to that. These folks get it. Here's the old, even Donald Trump could figure out this business model. Insurance companies want to only insure healthy people, and they want to make it difficult for you to make a claim and collect the money, because that way they get to keep the money. What ACA said is, because you've had asthma when you were younger, or because you're a woman, or because you hurt your knee, you're not going to be excluded from this, and you're going to get health care, because guess what? Health care should be a basic human right to be able to take care of people. And the system works. And this idea of home ownership, all of us in here who've had the privilege and the ability to be able to own a home know that one of the biggest obstacles to getting in that home is the down payment that you need to get in. If you're like me, I used a VA loan where you don't have to have a down payment. What Kamala's proposing is making sure everybody gets a $25,000 credit to be able to get your down payment into your home. It works. And the folks in here who have an American dream to start your own business, we know that the richest and the biggest companies in this country don't pay any tax right now. They get a lot of tax credits and a lot of breaks. And speaking of not paying taxes, Donald hasn't paid 10 of the last 15 years in federal tax. So what we think is, we have those folks pay their fair share, and then we start focusing a $50,000 tax credit on small business owners for they're able to get off the ground. Makes more sense. But not Donald. He wants to give another tax cut to his buddy Elon to make sure, yeah, even more. At your expense. He's got a plan that no one agrees with. Remember during COVID, he didn't want to listen to medical personnel. He told you to inject bleach. Well, his same acumen around epidemiology applies to business. He thinks if he's going to do his tails tax, which he wants to tell you are tariffs, and China's going to pay for them, China's not paying for them. You're paying for them. $4,000 a year. $4,000 a year out of your pocket. All right. You would think after nearly 80 years he would have learned what a tariff is, wouldn't you? It's an 80-year-old man. He should have learned this thing. Did I say he was nearly 80? That he was nearly 80? That's all right. So he's nearly 80. He said, I'm not nearly 80. It's like 18 months away. He's nearly 80. Look, some of you in here, and I know there's folks in this room, we know that our system of government was never perfect, but it was better than any other one ever concocted. And it meant working together. And let's just acknowledge, the Republican Party over the years contributed much to this country. And the parties that kept their word, when those old Republicans talked about freedom, they meant it. That's not who this guy is. When this guy talks about freedom, freedom to have government in your doctor's office, in your school library, in your bedroom. Golden rule up north, as I'm sure it is down south. Things work better if you just mind your own damn business about my bedroom. Stay out of your bedroom. Kamala knows when she talks about freedom, freedom for you to make the decision, not politicians. Because I will be damned if we need Donald Trump concerned with our bedrooms. I'll be damned if we need that. He needs to worry about his own on this. You know that. Look, other things on freedom. Freedom to make those health care choices. Freedom for our seniors to retire with dignity. And I'm going to talk on Social Security, that issue again. Donald Trump called it a Ponzi scheme. It is the single greatest anti-poverty program that we pay into. And his plan is to strip that money out, give it to his private investors on Wall Street, and then we know how that'll be. To the union members in here, union folks in this room know, teachers, the rest of you, a defined benefit pension plan is security, and that's what we're talking about. Social Security helps add to that. And I say this as a dad, as a teacher, as a governor. Our children should be free as little ones to get dressed up, head to school to learn and be kids, and not be shot dead in that classroom. It's ridiculous. You know it. You know it. And don't take a back seat on this. I know guns. I am a veteran. I'm a hunter. I'm a gun owner. Kamala's a gun owner. What we know is we can clearly uphold the Second Amendment while also upholding our first responsibility, protecting our children. Now, lots of stuff going on. 7 days, lots of anxiety, all these things going on. I'm going to take just 1 second here before we wrap up to talk to the guys in this room, and thank you for coming. Think about this. Think for a moment about the women you love in your life, your partners, your wives, just all the rest of them. Their lives are at stake in this election. That's what's here. Donald Trump's the one who appointed those Supreme Court justices, those three, who overturned Roe versus Wade. Now, young women in this room, you've got less rights than your moms had. 20 states, including this state, have a Trump abortion ban. He calls them a beautiful thing. Georgia, you're seeing it here. You know what a beautiful thing looks like. Amber Thurman, mom of 6-year-old boy, medical assistant, dreaming of being a nurse. Trump took down Roe. She was forced to wait 20 hours to get urgent medical care she desperately needed. Her death was found to be preventable when she couldn't get the care she needed here. As a parent, as an American, as a human being, that makes me sick as hell that would happen. We're hearing these stories all across the country. Women are turned away from emergency rooms, having miscarriages in parking lots, survivors of rape and incest being forced to carry those pregnancies to term, and fertility clinics turning people away at the door. And I said, none of these women, Amber wouldn't want to have her name out there. Her family's grieving over her death. But we're out here because we know what they've done could be worse. For Gwen and I, we struggled for years to have kids. We used fertility treatments. We finally had that beautiful daughter, and I have to tell you, I will be damned if I'll allow any politician, let alone Donald Trump, make that decision for your family. Keep in mind, this is the power. We are not going back, and we've got the power to do this. We're not going to just elect Kamala Harris president. We're going to take back the House and hold that Senate. And you know why we're going to do it? Because America's counting on us, and she'll make sure that when we do that and a reproductive freedom bill comes to her desk, she will sign it. I said it earlier. You're here because you love this country. But I'm just going to say it. That can't be said about all candidates in this race. Trump last week called this country the garbage can for the world. Literally trash talking this country. Look, folks, it doesn't get much simpler than this. Donald Trump does not love this country because he is incapable of loving anything other than himself. That's what it is. Kamala, I, and all of you, we believe this is the greatest nation on earth. She believes in the founding promise just like you, and she's ready to fight for it. So here's the deal, folks. 1 week from today, we're going to win this thing. We are going to win this thing. I can feel it. We are joyful, optimistic, and momentum's on our side. But I've been through enough of these, and I've been through enough of them in life. We're not taking anything for granted. So now it's time for a little bit of a pep talk, Fecal. This thing is tied, and you know it. It's a tie game. 2 minutes left on the clock. The good news is we've got the damn ball. We're driving that thing down the field. We got the best quarterback in Kamala Harris leading the way. And the team in this room is the right team to win it. All right, those of you who've played these things and know, and to the football guys in here know, end of the fourth quarter, easy to get tired, easy to start doubting, easy to maybe say it's not worth it. But I'll tell you what, this is where champions dig deep. This is when you say there's too much on the line and too many people are counting on me. We're going to push through this thing. So we're going to keep pushing this down the field, 1 inch at a time, 1 yard at a time, 1 phone call at a time, 1 door knock at a time, 1 vote at a time. Look, you are in a unique position where Savannah and this part of Georgia and the state of Georgia could not only make the difference for this state, but for the entire country and the rest of the world when we win this thing. Get that cousin to the poll. Get that person who says, oh, I'm just really not into politics. Too damn bad. Politics is into you. So go get it done. If you can go to KamalaHarris.com, give a buck or two, it matters. But the most important thing here is vote, vote, vote. Look, you know it. In-person voting till November 1st, you can get it done. If you've got a mail ballot, drop it in the mailbox. Don't wait anymore. If you're looking to vote in person, iwillvote.com/GA to get that done. Take your ID with you. And I know you all have at least one person you can take to the polls. This thing in Georgia might be won by 1 or 2 per precinct. I was asking last time, how many did we win by last time? And somebody said, ask Trump. He was trying to find those ballots. 11,000. Let's win by more than 11,400 this time. I will say this, though. I will take any win down here, and if we win Georgia by just a single vote, I will go away happy knowing that was Jimmy Carter's vote that put us over the one. So, there you go. So, folks, make a plan to vote. Make a plan to get somebody to vote. If you can volunteer, we've got great teams out here. Knock a couple doors, call people. This takes your anxiety away because you're in the fight. You're making it happen. And for all of you, you're here because you believe in the promise of America. Even some of you younger people, you're going to be on that porch in your rocking chair someday, and there's going to be a little one at your knee and say, what did you do in 2024 to save democracy? And you're going to say, every damn thing I could do. Every damn thing I could do. So look, folks, we know what's up. We got this group here. Kamala says it, when we fight, we win. Right now it's when we vote, we win. Let's win this, Georgia. Let's go.